Yes, let's kick this off. Welcome to the Nanion user meeting 23. My great pleasure to welcome you. Yeah, it's almost overwhelming to see so many of you. It's great. Really nice to have a full house here at Nanion again. Yeah, and have a lot of well, I wouldn't say old friends, but well, accustomed friends, long-term friends, and nice to see you guys again, and also some new users. Yeah, let's have a great user meeting in person and as well online. I hope this will be working equally well for those people that are here on site as it will be for those that are joining online. We certainly make a hybrid meeting to enable people who can't travel to join in as well. It's always a bit of a challenge to make it a good experience for both types of participants, but we try to make sure to do the best we can. Of course, there are some parts of this nice event that well will only be reserved for the people that made it here to the headquarters. We will, apart from a very great lineup of speakers and presentations, also do a few things that are only possible on site. That is, for those of you who are here, you're of course welcome to experience the Nanion headquarters and also our laboratories. We will offer access to downstairs laboratories, all of our instrumentation. There will be options to see the instrument in action and do demos. Well, and then to meet all the Nanion people as well, and to meet all our great users. So that, of course, is better done in person than online. The other part that some people who join online will have to miss is, well, let's call it the social part, which I personally feel is one of the most important thing about these kind of meetings. We will have nice opportunity to mingle and network, and we'll have a very nice joint dinner tonight that I hope will facilitate interesting and meaningful conversations. I already heard from a few people that yeah, this is also for them one of the key things about user meetings and coming here. So I hope you will find some nice conversation partners and have some, you know, good times with people here. Right, so 23 has been a rather well exciting year for us. Lots of new things, a lot of new development, really, a lot of new science that we participated in with many collaboration partners outside of Nanion, and some of that we will hear about today. And I would like to take the first few minutes, and I realize starting late, I'm almost running late here to share some of what is new for us this year. So for one thing, we have a new look, and that is a lot of things have been updated and made shiny. One of the key things likely is we've got a new website, and while that may sound like you know, okay, a new website, this is no small feat. This is something that we really spent some time on and made a great effort. The website is also obviously meant for mobile, so it's working on your desktop as well on the mobile devices. And we do feature a lot of really good content. There's a lot of information on our website. There's lots of news. There's lots of scientific insight. There's lots of information on events and where to meet us and what's happening in the ion channel and transporter field. So we made a great effort to make the website not only new and beautiful, but also really meaningful as a resource for you guys. So that is new, and also on the website, we do feature a lot of new product sheets, all in the new look and feel for all the products, also the new products, and there is one as well that I will mention. We also feature a lot of new case studies that we have been doing with some of you, doing really cool stuff, nice new science, applying our instrumentation in meaningful ways. which also leads to a lot of new app nodes and applications that we do. Yeah, optogenetics being one of them. There's also new tools coming out, well, new flyers of sorts that present the applications and the different things that you might be interested in. And all of that you can find on our new website, which is a very busy place. And this is all the people working here and doing these things, running these experiments, developing new tools and toys and essays. And well, like our website, this is a busy place. So this is all that this should convey to you. Welcome to the new website. Right. But besides websites, we also do other things. I wouldn't say real things, but also, you know, real developments and real new stuff. There's some new cool stuff that we did in the recent past, and I want to highlight just a few very briefly. One thing that we feel particularly strong about is research collaborations that we had for the last couple of years, working on piezo channels with the group of David Beach at the University of Leeds. Together we developed a very nice protocol to activate piezo mechanically using the synco patch. Which is something very exciting. We can use our synco patch and the fast application speed to mechanically activate piezo in a very nice manner. Something that we recently published, and internally this is more referred to as cell massaging, because we can repetitively dispense and aspirate on these cells. And just very briefly, we can use our synco patch consumable plates, and the new synco patch has a very fast pipetting speed. So we can use the pipette and the dispensing of liquid to activate piezo. And you not only need a very fast dispensing speed, you also need to position the pipette directly on top of the cell to enable this activation. It's not a simple perfusion step that wouldn't work. So that was quite a bit of development, putting it right over the cell. And by doing so, you can nicely activate piezo. This does work with single hole chips. It also works with multi-hole chips. And what is specifically exciting is that you can also use this well, to repetitively activate that. You can see here on the screen, depending on the dispensing speed, you get a larger activation that is expected. What we also learned that was completely new to us, if you do this repetitively, you can actually sensitize the piezo channel, and you get an increasing answer, which will then level out and stay the same after some time. So a really nice tool to study this mechanosensitive ion channel. Something that we had great fun in developing, and we will see a lot of use in the future with that. Another small thing to mention, we've been working on adaptive voltage protocols. So we are rolling out our adaptive voltage clamp capabilities, which basically is meant for working on inactivating sodium channels where you have state-dependent compounds that you want to study. We typically work in this two-pulse mode where the middle pulse should be at the half inactivation of the sodium channels. And so far, we could only do a general V half that is the same for all the plate. Now we enable that you can actually run an IV and fit the IV to an individual V half, for example, if you want V half, and use that in this two-pulse protocol. And by doing so, you have with this individual V half a much tighter inactivation across the plate. So a really nice addition that is available on the synco patch. One thing that is, well, rather work in progress, but very exciting is lysopatch, or more generally, patching any organella like lysosomes or mitochondria or other things on a high throughput patch clamp platform. That is certainly not easy. It has been done manually. It has been done on our porta-patch as well, but it is not a straightforward assay. As many of you will know, lysosomal targets are quite interesting, to say the least, or are really in high demand. And of course, doing all these things in manual patch clamp, well, that is not really possible. So we are very keen and very engaged in making this possible on Syncopatch as well. We've been working on dedicated consumables with dedicated smaller holes. Also, again, positioning these holes in the plate in a way that you can minimize the consumption of the organella at hand. And we also developed methods to reduce the amount of cells or organella that you need. So with the dedicated cell hotel that has reduced that volume and dedicated pipetting steps that minimize, volume in adding to the plate. So by doing that, we have some very encouraging results, but this is ongoing work, and we will see more of that going forward. But yeah, we work with many partners in the field to make this hopefully possible in the near future. We also did launch a new instrument in this year, the Atlas. The Atlas is a multi-plate cell analytics platform that is using impedance spectroscopy to look at cell viability and cell function in many different assay types. It comes in a 96 well plate format, but the system can run up to 6 plates in parallel. You grow the cells in your sensor plates, and the actual instrument is placed in the incubator to run the assays. And this gives you a label-free and real-time readout of cell function and kinetic parameters that you may be interested in. And well, we make use of our capabilities in terms of data analysis software that is available for this platform that makes all sorts of assays possible. Just to list a few, this is mostly used for cell viability or cell tox assays, in particular in CAR-T research, and we will hear a little bit about that in one of the first presentations today, but also a lot in oncology and cell proliferation, and in GPCR research. So something that is new to us, and we have launched the system this summer. The first systems are shipped and sold and then being used, and we are very much looking forward to seeing more of that in the future. Right, as I mentioned already, we had a good number of wonderful collaborations this year. And this is just a few of the partners we've been working with this year. There are actually more. These are only those partners where we did publish together this year. Obviously, some of those collaborations have been going on for longer than just 2023. We do engage in some long-term collaborations and long-term research projects. That's what we like to do. I think this is important. Nanion as a company is very much embracing science and advancing science. So it's great working with you, our customers, on all these different things. So we've been so far co-authoring 14 articles this year. Some of them we are really super proud of. There's a little more to come, but this is extraordinary also for us. I mean, over the years, we always have been doing a lot of scientific collaborations, but 23 has been a very strong year for us. Lots of really cool things. I'm just really flashing through a few of those. We've been working with the group of Niels Fertig in Göttingen for a long time on cardiomyocytes. In particular, this year, a study where we looked at atrial fibrillation, or we partnered with them. It's more their research, really, sort of pacing these cells to get a rather robust model for studying atrial fibrillation using the Syncopatch. And we will also hear about this in a dedicated presentation by Niels later on. We had this the work that I already mentioned on the piezo activation There's more papers coming out in that regard, but this method paper really is something we feel is enabling research on piezo on a big scale. We have been engaged with the group of Angelika Lampert in Aachen, and also Ralf Hausmann, who is here in the audience, looking at sodium channels and temperature sensitivity of the different types related to pain research. You also hear about that a little. There was another collaboration around sodium channels and pain, this time around toxins. This was with Niels Fertig from University of Queensland in Australia. So lots of really exciting research. And one last that I also feel very strongly about, we engaged in a really in-depth study on a protein that many of you may be familiar with, TMEM175, one of the hotter items these days, and not easy to study. So in this sort of research work, we made a big effort to compare the different assay technologies that you can use to study TMEM175, comparing manual patch on potentially the lysosome with APC, automated patch, where for the most part you have the TMEM expressed in the cell membrane, not in the very lysosomal membrane, and comparing that with yet another of our instruments, the solid supported membrane electrophysiology, the SURFR technology as we call it, where you are really able to use lysosomal membrane preps and study this protein. And we compared all that, and it's really interesting how this compares and how they are complementary using patch and using solid supported membrane technology. Very in-depth work, and it just came out. It's also one of the cases that highlights the application of our SURFR instruments. These are SURFR N1 and SURFR 96, the instruments that are really pivotal for studying membrane of all sorts, including lysosomal membrane, like in the case of TMEM175. And the SURFR is used on many different proteins and has recently become a lot more attention, not only due to TMEM, but also lots of publications using this technique have been coming out in the recent past. So two last very quick things, a birthday and a little bit of support of the community. The birthday is to our beloved little PortaPatch, the first instrument that we introduced 20 years ago. So this year is a big anniversary. And PortaPatch still is, running great and doing well. It's very widespread, mostly in academia, but also in industry, and has been finding many different applications. Still going strong. And to celebrate the 20-year anniversary, we made a special offer that until the end of the year, there's a special, well, you can guess, a 20% discount on the 20-year-old little instrument. So if that is of interest to anyone, this is good until the 31st of December. And well, the very last thing really is important to me. This is about a campaign that we are running, a grant campaign. So we are providing a grant campaign for the SyncoPatch. That is, anyone can apply with a research proposal for getting a SyncoPatch in their lab free of charge for 9 months, including consumables and reagents and training, installation, and everything. And to run one of your research projects that you feel requires higher throughput. And then we are very happy to support that. This actually runs until I think next Monday is our deadline. We have received a lot of requests for putting a grant in. We start now to receive some grants. I think a few are trickling in, quite interesting ones. This is super exciting for us. There's many great ideas out there, and we would like to support at least one with a nice SyncoPatch to do this. So now I see I've been running over time decently, eating up the time for the next two speakers. Anyways, I hope we will have a great meeting here. We should have some quality time and a nice conference. So yeah, welcome and have a great show. Thank you.